All right, good afternoon, Mr. Washburn. I am Judge Anderson, and we're here for a fugitive hearing this afternoon, fugitive warrant hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so before we start, I want to advise you that you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Washburn, the first page that you're going to see in the packet there, and I'll give you an opportunity to ask questions because I know you've got a few, and as we go through, I'll give you that opportunity. So first page is a waiver of a right to in-person court appearance and consent to video audio conferencing. So what we're doing right now is a video conference. Do you agree to have your hearing done in this manner versus a face-to-face meeting?
That's fine.
Okay. And secondly, you do have the right to an attorney.
I'm going to go pro se.
You're going to go pro se, so you do not wish to have an attorney.
No,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm pro se in my other cases, and this one is we'll get to that later. I'll let you go. Sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Understand that you do have that right to an attorney if you wish to have one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If you want to look at the paragraphs there in the center of this form, just make sure you understand that information, and then I'll have you sign at the two boxes below. One is, the first one is agreeing to the information, and the second one is waiving your right to counsel at this hearing.
Well, this is the first page still?
The first page, yes, sir. Waiver of a right to in-person court appearance.
Let's see. Warrant for arrest may be issued, bail proceeding. For order provided, court appointed counsel. Okay. Yeah, I'll pick up on the weekend.
All right. Any questions on that page?
That page, no, that's fine. This
All right.
next page, okay.
All right, so the next page, at the top left, we have your charge listed. So it's warrant 2024 A06-104-00074. The charge is fugitive from justice, warrant non-criminal, hold fugitive maximum 20 days governor's office, right? So this is a checklist. We are here for a fugitive hearing again. So I have not checked anything under number 1 because I have not made a determination for your bond at this time. Number 2, I've advised you that there was a warrant. Well, let's see here. I'm kind of going off my normal. Number 2 is for cases in which bond was set, defendant was informed. Again, I haven't made a determination for your bond yet. However, understand that a warrant for your arrest will be issued for any violations of a bond order. So if we do set bond on this, if you violate any order on it, we will issue a warrant for that, okay? B, on this one, you have some of this information on this form applies more to the criminal side of cases. So you do have a right to be present at any trial or proceeding involving this case. It's a little bit different because any hearing on this will not be held in Barnwell County.
Columbia,
so
I see.
It's a little bit of different information. However, you do have that, still have that right to be present at any of that. So we'll skip down to number 5. In all cases, in all general sessions, domestic violence, and in all magistrate or municipal cases in which the defendant is subject to a prison sentence, defendant was informed of the following. Again, these charges are generated out of another state.
Yes, ma'am.
What we're doing is a fugitive warrant. However, if you do request for a hearing in the state of South Carolina, number 5 applies in that you do have the right to an attorney to represent you. Okay? So A and B in number 5, charges against you, which I've notified you of as far as the state of South Carolina, and the right to counsel and court-appointed counsel if you're financially unable to employ counsel. All right, so if you would initial beside number 2 and number 5 for just those boxes that we've gone over.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, at the top of the next page, continues with the number 5 that you just signed. Paragraph C gives you information on public defender and how to apply for one. Just so you're aware, if you decide that you would like to have an attorney and wish to apply for a public defender, you would do that at the Barnwell Magistrate Court. Our
Yes, ma'am.
address and phone number are listed there, and there may be a $40 filing fee for that. And, again, you have that right. I know you've stated you wish to proceed pro se, but if you like
Yes,
one in
ma'am.
the future, that's how you would go about that. If you could sign there at the X, under defendant's signature.
You did already.
He
Do it.
did?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So, Mr. Washburn, again, this is a fugitive warrant. Fugitive, information is coming from the state of Indiana. I know you have some questions. Basically, with this, you're gonna have two options, a waiver of extradition or a non-waiver of extradition. Would you like to ask your questions now, or would you like me to explain the two processes?
I would like to ask questions now because this warrant is a few years old, and I've been arrested a few times and had this warrant brought up a few times, and then every time Indiana has not come to get me, and they've released me. When I was arrested, there was no reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime being committed when the officer put hands on me. I was filming the officer. It was a retaliatory arrest. He used this warrant to cop up these charges. I was told that I was on a 72-hour hold, right, which would be ended on 3 o'clock tomorrow. And then they brought these warrants today. This is retaliatory, clearly. Okay. I have had charges for public disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. I have come to those court dates like I've been told to. Okay, and I was on a personal recognizance bond, and I'm also
Yes,
pro
sir.
se on these charges too. So for this to be brought up is retaliatory, and this is against constitutional law. Like my Fifth Amendment and Fourth Amendment were violated during this arrest. I did not ID to anybody. I was not causing any crimes. I was just filming the police when one Captain Higgins came up and assaulted me and put my hands behind my back and told me I had a warrant for my arrest.
Okay.
So this is a retaliatory arrest. And
Okay.
I've been through this several times. I know about this warrant. It is old. They are not coming to get me from 250 miles out. I just talked to the solicitor because I am pro se attorney and seen the rap sheet, and I seen that on the 29th. They're not coming to get me. So these charges, come on now.
So
Null and
this,
void.
the state of Indiana has notified the detention center that they wish to extradite on these charges. And that's why we go through the process that we have. As far as when you were arrested and what charges are coming from the office that arrested you, I do not have information on.
Well, see, it's funny because when I was talking to the solicitor on the 29th, we had specific conversation about this, that there was nothing, the Indiana didn't want nothing to do with me. They weren't coming 250 miles out. So what is the sudden change all of a sudden? Like, that doesn't make sense. These are non-criminal charges.
Well, the fugitive is non-criminal. The warrant that we've issued for South Carolina is non-criminal. The information that's provided from Indiana is, the charges that they listed are possession of narcotic, a level 6 felony, possession of paraphernalia, class A misdemeanor, resisting law enforcement, class A misdemeanor, invasion of privacy, class A misdemeanor, possession of marijuana, class B misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, a class B misdemeanor, and possession of marijuana, a class A misdemeanor. Those are the charges that they have stated they wish to extradite you on.
My intentions, because I was going to do this before I got locked up, but I didn't get the time to do it because I've been filing all kinds of other lawsuits and defending myself in court.
Yes, sir.
Is filing the evidentiary, the motion for evidence, and then filing the motion to dismiss those charges in Indiana as soon as I get out of here. That's what I plan to do.
I
that's-
understand, and I wish you luck on doing that. However, I have to follow our procedure in that the state of Indiana has requested that you be extradited, so I have to go through the process to determine if you wish to be extradited at this point or not.
I'm not going to get extradited. I have no, yeah.
All right, so
not
you
gonna
wish
get-
to sign a non-waiver of extradition?
That means not getting extradited, right?
It does. So we've got a waiver of extradition, which means you freely and voluntarily agree to go back to Indiana, and a non-waiver, which states that you are wishing to fight the extradition process.
But I will fight it. It's 10 years old. I don't do drugs. I really don't.
Okay.
I'm in school I'm in school currently for psychology. I'm
Yes,
about
sir.
to graduate also. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Like I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
for my PhD, so I can help people,
Yes, sir. And I wish
I'm
you
in
luck with that.
Post University is the school I'm in, and I'm about to graduate like within the next couple months.
Yes, sir. Well, I wish you luck with that, and we'll go ahead and proceed with this. So if you make sure that you have the non-waiver of extradition form.
I've got it right here.
All right, it says, in the matter of the state of Indiana versus Joshua David Washburn, the defendant having refused to waive extradition to the requesting state, it is therefore ordered that the defendant, Joshua David Washburn, shall appear at an extradition hearing at the Attorney General's office located in Columbia, South Carolina, when notified by mail.
Yes, ma'am.
Acknowledgement by the defendant. By signing this acknowledgement, Joshua David Washburn, understand and agree that the Attorney General's office will send me one notice to the address below, which I am providing to the court as my correct address. I further understand that it is my responsibility to notify the Attorney General's office should my address change. If released on bond, I agree to appear on the date and time provided by the Attorney General's office and will remain there throughout the term of court until some disposition is made of this case and at such other times as the court may direct.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll sign at the defendant's signature, provide the address and phone number for me, please.
Ma'am. A lefty. What's Blackville's zip code? Do you know?
29817?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir, you're welcome.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Washburn, as far as bond goes for this charge at this time, because the state of Indiana has requested you, they have, with the fugitive warrant, hold for a maximum of 20 days. So we have to hold to see if, Indiana is gonna come to pick you up, or well, they're not gonna come to pick you up, actually.
Not
Hold
gonna.
on.
Yeah, I know they're not. I know this. You got to take that in consideration.
Right. Well, at this time, they're not going to because you're not waiving. Let me back up a second. I was on my wrong train of thought here.
I know
So
where
you're
you're going.
not waiving extradition. Do we have a criminal history for Mr. Washburn?
They told me with the fugitive warrant, I wouldn't have one for Sergeant James.
Okay, can you see if they've got one or can get one? I need one to make a determination for bond since he's, not waiving.
Okay,
I got a resisting disorderly conduct, which I'm fighting right now, First Amendment,
Yes, sir.
because of protected activities. That's
Where's
basically
the-
about it, man.
Delta 6.
I just need the jail to provide me that information from your
I,
form.
I understand completely.
Yes, sir.
But I just beg the court to take in consideration that I have been out on a PR bond and
Delta 6.
have kept my word to come to court, which I plan to
Yes, sir.
do. I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, sir.
And I keep my word. And I'm learning law too. I'm studying for my bar exam.
Delta
Okay.
6.
You got all
Just-
kind of irons in the fire.
Yeah, yes, ma'am, you got to. Ignoratia juris non excusant. Ignorance in the law is no excuse.
Yes, sir.
Could you step to the judge's office, please?
And I appreciate you having a hearing for me today.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I just, sorry it wasn't earlier, but we have to wait on them to acquire that warrant.
Oh, I understand.
You need to sign these two right here. That's where you were supposed to sign.
Yeah, I understand.
You step in.
I didn't step ahead.
Please ask her for the criminal history that I asked you about. She said she needs one, because he's not coming. So, that's what I was calling for, because I didn't get response from him. How you call me? What's your number? Okay.
reserves my right.
They're getting it, Judge Anderson.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So did you have any other questions, Mr. Washburn, while we're waiting?
Well, let's just say if they're to hold me for the 20 days, maybe they're not coming to get, but let's just say, would I be able to get my schoolwork in here so I can get it accomplished?
Well, at this time, the 20 days isn't gonna be of interest because you're not waiving.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
generally, they have the 20 days to come and retrieve you.
My school is real important to me right now, so
Yes, sir.
like I got a president's list.
Right. Well, that's why, I'm looking for the criminal history information to make a determination for bond at this time.
Yes, ma'am.
And what we'll have to do, Mr. Washburn, because at this time I have not made that determination on bond, so the bond forms are not there. So what we'll do is discuss it. I'll make a determination and then I'll fax the paperwork over for you to sign.
Thank you.
Once that's determination's been made.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna step out for 1 second, Mr. Washburn. I'll be right back.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be right here.
Okay.
That reserves my right under the common law of the United States Constitution. Don't play about it. Commercial code. Got doing all right today. Nah, that sucks. I know.
Have they returned, Mr. Washburn?
Not yet, ma'am.
Not yet. I'm here.
All right.
She hasn't left me. She's doing right.
No, I figured she was nearby.
Yeah, that's right.
Deputy Williams, Delta 6.
They're having a hard time finding it because it's really little.
Well, let me ask you a few questions while we wait, Mr. Washburn.
Yes, ma'am.
So on the paperwork that I'm gonna send over, I will have to put an address. Can you tell me what that Blackville address was?
Yes, ma'am. 1253 Hampton Avenue, Blackville, South Carolina, 29817. I think I said that right.
And a phone number for you?
854-843-9713.
And how long have you lived in Barnwell?
Just 3 months.
3 months. Where were you before that? I saw a Walterboro address on some of the paperwork.
I was in Walterboro and just some things happened to my mom. So I was literally in the woods in a tent with a solar generator, putting myself through school with my dog. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I don't ever give up.
You have family around?
I mean, my mama's in Walterboro. I mean, I got sisters and stuff, but I'm basically by myself out here. I'll be fine. I got buddies. My buddy Ethan, we've been taking care. He's like my brother. He
Okay.
takes care of me. I take care of him.
Yeah.
Got him back to school and stuff. So yeah, I got friends. I do have friends.
Well, that's good.
And Jackson Thompson, like it's my friend too. Is it warm outside today?
It's in the 60s.
Okay.
Not as warm as it was.
I don't have shirt or nothing. I got barefoot and topless when I leave.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's in the 60s. Now it's gonna get a little colder tonight. I think it got down close to freezing last night.
Oh Lord.
Yep. But that's how we always do when it gets close to springtime.
That's right. That's right. Gotta get that
Up and
last.
down.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just glad the time changed.
Oh, I didn't even know it did. I heard about it.
Yep.
But I missed it.
That might be a good thing you
Yeah.
acclimate to it better.
Yeah. I hope it stays like that forever now because it does get old.
Yeah.
Really messes everything up.
Waiting on dispatch, send it back.
Okay.
They're just waiting on dispatch.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Whiskey One, are you up front? Zulu One, are you up front? Sanford, can you check to see if that criminal history is back yet? Can you step to the judge's office?
Did they say that it's not back yet?
She said it's not.
Don't have it yet. It's been faxed. We're just waiting.
You wanna come in here with him? Or you wanna get my guys done for?
Okay, can I get my paperwork caught up real quick?
Okay, William's not back up there?
She just came back up. I haven't even had a 15 from this morning yet.
I didn't add anything.
I was trying to get the paperwork caught up
It's okay. It's okay.
so I could go get something to drink because the money, the machine up front took all the money.
Really? Go get you some water out the training room to be done. You'll be all short. We're gonna survive. I'm drinking water.
I'm withdrawing from my work too. I've been crying all day.
Really?
Sports was out. Let me go.
Okay.
Red.
They're looking at my history in South Carolina. Is that what it is?
It pulls everything.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. I can see
I'm talking
what
about-
you
talking about
told
the
me
rap
that you
sheet.
have here.
Oh, rap sheet, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I seen that the other day with the solicitor gave it to me.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what you've got in South Carolina, what you told me about the disorderly and one other charge that's not wanting to pull up for me. Just
I
because
had the resisting, I had the resisting too with the disorderly.
and that may
Disorderly.
be what the other one is. It's just the lag time in the internet's not pulling it.
Yes, ma'am.
But they were at the same time, so that's probably what it was.
Ma'am. And I did file all the paperwork correct for that too. Motion
Yes, sir.
to dismiss and all that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
And we're in the district court for the FOIA against Blackville too.
I just need to see what else is on there besides Barnwell, if there's anything else for the state of South Carolina or anywhere
Yes,
else
ma'am.
to make a informed decision.
Completely understand. Yes, ma'am.
I just hate it's taking so long.
I understand this too. My palms are sweating.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just started a new term. We're doing social problems, and I'm like, that's right up my alley. I do First Amendment auditing, making videos, and
Uh-huh.
try to make positive change. You know,
Yes, sir. What college did you say you were with? University?
Post University, they're out of Connecticut. I'm online student.
Are you
But,
saying Post or?
Post Post Post
Okay.
University.
That's what I thought you were saying, but
Yes, ma'am.
there's a little delay in the computer, so.
Yes, ma'am.
And what state are they out of?
They're in Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm going to be going to the Harvard Extension School for my doctorate.
Okay.
But of course, I got to finish with Post first.
Yes, sir.
I've already put in the application for the Harvard, and I've got the grade point average to make it.
Whiskey 2, or you 10-6? I mean, Zulu 2, or you 10-6? Simple.
Have we heard anything else yet?
Not yet, Judge Anderson.
We'll give them just a few more minutes and we're gonna proceed without it.
Let's see. Nurse Jerry. Yo, I'm going to see, ask Ms. Perez, has it came through yet? Criminal history.
Washburn. Indeed.
Whiskey 1, Delta 6. Zulu 1, Delta 6. Whiskey 10-4, check it for Judge Anderson. Nothing has came through Judge Anderson.
All right. All right, Mr. Washburn,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna go ahead and proceed, at this time. So you've notified me of your criminal history here in South Carolina, which I'm aware of, through you. And then we've got this, these charges that we're looking at that Indiana has, put a hit out on. So Mr. Washburn, say again?
What?
Oh, I thought,
That was somebody else.
okay. So Mr. Washburn, at this time, On this bond, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna release you today on a $5,000 PR bond.
Sir, yes,
All
ma'am.
right. I will fax over the paperwork for you to sign, so they may take you back,
Yeah,
and then bring the paper for you to sign. Basically, I've got just a handwritten one here that I've written on. You'll see, it'll be one sheet. You're gonna need to sign down here at the lower,
yes, ma'am.
right-hand side, and your address and all will be filled in. You will
ma'am.
need to appear at the call of court, and that call of court is any fugitive hearing that is set up,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And again, you'll be notified by mail at the address that you've provided.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have any questions, it does have the address and phone number for the court here listed. We'll try and assist you with any questions you have. We're not gonna have a lot of information because the fugitive is not in our jurisdiction as far as the, hearing goes, the extradition hearing. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'll get this sent over. Once they send me the paperwork signed back, I'll send over your discharge and they'll get you processed for that
Thank you,
charge,
ma'am.
okay? All right,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
Judge
Good
Anderson.
luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.